Top of the agenda, an exclusive to Fox Sports News regarding a two-time premiership player about to pull the pin. Chief NRL reporter James Super is in to explain further. What have you got, mate?
Yeah, morning, Ben. Obviously, big news at the Parramatta Eels. Anthony Watmough, a lot of question marks surrounding his future. Will he play another game for the Eels? At this stage, Ben, I'm told that it is highly unlikely. He's got a chronic knee injury. It's been bone on bone now for a long time. He's managed to soldier through a number of injuries, Chock, but from what I'm being told, there's medical advice that at this point in his career, it would be best, it's a chronic injury, he's going to be far better off hanging up the boots than trying to soldier on and possibly really battling to get out on the field.
These were difficulties, and correct me if I'm wrong, that he was struggling with at Manly. I'm sure they would have done a medical when he made his way over to the Eels. He's only 1 year into a 4-year deal.
He is only 1 year into a 4-year deal, Ben. People will say, is it a good signing? I would argue that it is, and the reason is because Watmough was the inaugural big-name recruit who paved the way for Parramatta to sign a number of star players. Kieran Foran, make no mistake, he played a huge role in Kieran coming to the club. He's now the captain. Then, of course, you've got the other star recruits, Clint Gutherson, Michael Gordon, Beau Scott. No question, Anthony Watmough played a huge role in paving the way for them to go to Parramatta.
Is it sad that he didn't end his career at Manly? And I always think the same thing with Glenn Stewart, because those two were Manly.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Like, he's a life member at the Seagulls. As it stands at the moment, Anthony has played 303 NRL matches. He's had a tremendous career. 2 premierships with the Seagulls. As I said, he is a life member at the club. In a perfect world, he would have finished there, but he's stated on the record many times, unfortunately for him, the way that it all unfolded there, he just felt as though Manly was no longer home. So, again, back at the Parramatta end of things, people will question, well, was he a good signing or not? He only played 17 games. He wasn't at his best last year. Look, if he retires and the club is able to make some money available to go after a Jared Hayne or another senior player or another star player, then you'd argue that he was a good signing.
So how does the story develop from here? Because we're going to keep a close eye on it. Are we going to hear from the player himself? Are we going to hear from the club?
I've been reaching out to Chock for the last week, Ben, and he's actually been ducking and weaving, which isn't surprising. He often does like to do that. But look, I can guarantee you that he's certainly had this conversation with a number of people in rugby league that he considers close friends and confidence that he trusts. I spoke to the Parramatta Eels coach, Brad Arthur, last night. He was guarded. He said, look, I haven't had any of those discussions, if that is the case. He maintains that Watmough, they're aiming and hoping to get him back on the field round 2, round 3. But then if you do some research, I found some articles towards the end of last year where Anthony openly admitted that he thought he was finished at the end of last season. So there's no doubt this one's been simmering for a while, and I'm told on the medical advice at the moment that it's going to be best if at some point he walks away.
Good yarn, good to have you in, and good to have you part of the news team full time, mate.
Pleasure, Ben. Thanks,
Welcome
mate.
to the family. Chief NRL reporter James Super there.